Well, good afternoon, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally, and I mean literally, does not work. You know, I had a person, my hair is crazy. It's the sawdust and stuff makes it dry, and then it gets crazy, and then I take the air compressor and try and blow it out. I'm still letting it grow. I don't know what to do with this. You know, one day I'm thinking, okay, let me just cut it all off. Next day I'm like, it's never been this long before, so I'm still trying to figure it out. But I had a person who got upset because he said I had to unsubscribe to you because I thought this was just a Dallas Cowboy channel like Law of Nations and stuff. You know, I don't want to see you in your workshop or out cooking and things like that. And I was like, no, okay, no problem. You know, it is the off season, so there is other things that go on. I like to think of this channel as a way of relating life to football and how it interacts, because everything I do kind of relates to football, and things that I learned on the football field I can relate to life and every day. You know, one of the things that, like right now, I'm building something here. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you know, you guys can kind of watch as this goes through. It looks like an aircraft wing, doesn't it? This is actually two pieces. It's a framework for something, and I've got a vision in my head. So when I have a vision in my head, I go through and I build it and I try and make it reality. And I do that with almost everything that I do, okay? You know, it drives my wife crazy because she's one of those people who, you got to have a plan. You got to have it down on paper. And it's like, I can't do that. I have to see what I want to accomplish, and then I build it from there. And that's where I had a vision in my head, and that's what I'm doing right here, right now. So anyway, they said that they didn't want to watch the channel for some of this other stuff, and maybe I should make a Joe Boo's, you know, workshop channel and stuff. But then that's another channel I got to, you know, manage, and maybe I should make a keto channel as well. But you know, it is what it is. But anyway, we have some news that's going on right now. You know, I said this morning in my morning video that you're going to start seeing, you know, teams really making moves hard this week to get rid of players and to get rid of salary cap issues. And we're beginning to see that as well. And we're beginning to see players or teams still trying to make moves. This is the great quarterback upheaval, where teams are really jockeying for quarterbacks and trying to upgrade. And I gotta say, when the words come out that a team is looking for another quarterback, then to me, you have now soured the relationship. Once you start down that path, I don't know that you can go in another direction. Case in point, Jimmy Garoppolo. With Jimmy Garoppolo, we've heard, and I'm not sure if this has come from the talking heads or from the team or people close to the team, but forever it seems like they've been trying to move on past Jimmy Garoppolo. One week we hear, no, they're okay with them. The next week we hear, you know, something different. So we're hearing that the 49ers have made calls to Carolina about Teddy Bridgewater. You'll remember last year, former Jet player was talking about, you know, he'd take Teddy Bridgewater over Dak Prescott. Teddy Bridgewater is not a bad quarterback. Not a bad quarterback at all. In fact, I think Teddy Bridgewater, his biggest problem is the fact that he had that knee injury when he was in Minnesota. Teddy Bridgewater played really well with New Orleans, and I would look at Teddy Bridgewater and say Teddy Bridgewater is a lot better than some of the people that are going to be out there. I think Teddy Bridgewater is actually a better quarterback option than Andy Dalton. You may disagree with me, but you know, that's all fine and good, but I think Teddy Bridgewater deserves an opportunity. And so if you're looking at the 49ers are talking to him, if they don't get him, how does this relationship work for the 49ers? Because literally you've been saying, you know, you were looking at Matthew Stafford, right? Nah, it's too much, too expensive. And now you're calling about Teddy Bridgewater. I'm not sure how this dynamic works with that, how Jimmy Garoppolo should feel knowing that you're looking for a new love. And another one of these that truly has been poisoned, and this is part of the reason why you see this, is Alex Smith. Alex Smith, you know, NFL player comeback of the year, But, Alex Smith came out and said, Washington really didn't want me to come back. They literally were just hoping that I would just disappear. And I had to basically become the only option before I really got a chance. And when you start hearing something like that, you know that how do you go on from here? And we know that they already gave a contract extension to Tyler Heineke, and Washington can save some money on the cap by letting rid of Alex Smith go. And you figure that, okay, we need to do better than Alex Smith. It was a great story. He'd helped them to get to the playoffs, but you could still see he was dealing with the injuries. And going forward, you don't know how much he'll get over that, or if it's going to be lingering issues with him. So Alex Smith, of course, still wants to play, as well as a lot of players. We've got Sean Lee, who's still saying, I'm not sure I want to retire. And this is the hard part about football, because as old as I am, as bad as my knees are, my left knee needs a replacement. The right knee, I'm hoping I can get scoped and at least relieve some of the pain and stuff to help me get through as I get older. Knowing how much abuse my body took and how screwed up it is, I wish I could still play. I still believe I'm good for one play out there. And you think about players that don't want to give it up. Because just like we were watching my man DMV's team on Saturday playing, most of these guys have been playing football since Pee-wee football, and into high school, into college, and into the pros. This becomes ingrained into your head, and your body is used to that football mentality. You're talking about being retired, in your 20s and 30s. Tom Brady's case, maybe 50. But that is the unknown of not having football. Something you don't remember. And it's hard to say goodbye to that. And I can understand Sean Lee. Unfortunately for Sean Lee, it's like the job wasn't finished. Sean Lee, football mind-wise, there are very few people that know more about being a linebacker than Sean Lee. But the problem is some guys, by hook or by crook, just don't seem to be able to stay healthy. Other guys never get an injury. And Sean Lee, unfortunately, his body betrayed him over the years. If Sean Lee had been a guy that could have stayed healthy, the sky would have been the limit for the Dallas Cowboys defense as well as for the team, because he is that strong of a leader. Now, the problem, of course, is your mind is always there. You always can read and all that and understand what's going on. The problem is your body being able to react and being able to keep up with those young guys that are healthy. And that's the sad thing about football. It's really sad, because football has a lot of bad things for it. You are literally risking your life and your longevity every single play. But there's a lot of great things about football. There's a lot of great things that football taught me about life. And one of the biggest things it's taught me is nobody's going to hand you a victory. They're not. If you want to win, if you want to succeed, it's going to be by what you do on the field of life. So take that to, I don't care if you're cleaning toilets. If you want to be the best, you strive to be the best. And you may clean toilets, but I guarantee you, if you're the best at it, that you'll become the company that takes care of cleaning everybody's toilets. That's how you get ahead. And that's one of those lessons that football taught me. And as long as idiots out there like Dan Orlowski can get a job, gives me hope. I was reading something on Pro Football Focus just a few minutes ago that David Carr in 2018 said there was no difference between Derek Carr and Russell Wilson. Yeah. How do these guys get jobs? That's what I want to know. Bent the blade. Well, I guess this is where I'll leave you. I'm Mark Holmes. Well, welcome to Broke Ass Media. I'll see you tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern. Peace.